we're going to go from OR AOI logic to NAND gates. Remember that an OR gate looks like such. Alright? And if we had an X and a Y here and then an output on our OR, and we want to find the NAND equivalent of that. Alright? So the way we set this up is it's going to take 3 NAND gates. So we're going to draw out our NAND gates. And you got to pay particular close to how you start these out. Notice up here there is an input X and an input Y. This X is going to feed into both inputs of this first NAND, and this Y is going to feed into both inputs of this second NAND here. I'm going to NAND both of these together. And there's how we go and write the equivalent of an OR to a NAND. So let's verify that it works. Okay? Remember, as we go through this NAND, it's like an AND, only we invert. So X and X is X, and then we invert X. We come out here with X bar. Same thing with Y. We have Y and Y, which is Y, and we invert Y, and we come out here with Y bar. We're going to filter into this NAND gate now. So I'm going to have X bar and Y bar. So that gives me X bar and Y bar. Remember to write these two separately. Don't write one big bar here yet, and here's why. So we have X bar and Y bar, and then we have to invert that because it's going through the NAND. Okay? So you have one big bar over the two individual bars, and here's why, because this is going to work out using De Morgan's. Remember, we break the line and change the sign. So if we use De Morgan's rule here, or De Morgan's theorem, we break that line and change the sign. So the sign goes from being an AND to an OR, and that big bar breaks into this small bar over the X bar and this small bar over the Y bar. Now remember, double bars cancel each other out, so we are left with X or Y. So this is how you go from OR to NAND. You would use these 3 NAND gates, and this is the equivalent. If we had an input X, input Y, this shows that our output X or Y, and this is the same here, X or Y. We're going to see in the next video why it makes sense to actually use NAND. Remember, NAND can make anything, an inverter, an AND gate, or an OR gate. So we're going to go through an example in the next video of how to take an AOI logic circuit and make it into a NAND equivalent circuit.